The number one question that I get asked is, Mark, I don't have enough time as a father. How can I make more time? And the answer is you can't make more time. However, in this episode, I'm going to walk you through several very practical tips to use your time more wisely. Let's get right into it. Look, you're a dad. You're going to be busy. The first and most important thing for you to do is define your priorities. You're not going to have enough time to do everything. But what you can do is define the most important things of your day. Write them down. Don't just think of them up here. Write them down. Make a list. What are your priorities? Talk to your partner about them. Define what's most important to you because that's what you need to make sure you get done first. The second time-saving technique is to just say no. Look, there's going to be a lot of things that are vying for your attention. A lot of things that you want to do. Going out to different places, watching things on TV, reading different things, going on vacations. You need to just say no to certain things that don't align with your priorities. Once you've defined your priorities, you have to say no to things that don't align with those priorities. Just say no. The third technique I want to talk to you about is finances. Do not become a slave to money. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is taking on too much debt and too many expenses. If you do this, you're going to be forced to work. You can't have that quality time to spend with your family. You can't have that time to relax on the weekend because you're always going to be working. Taking on too much debt, buying the most expensive house, the most expensive car is a huge mistake because it's going to leave you in a situation where you just have to work all the time and you don't have time to spend on things that really matter to you. Watch your finances, watch your expenses. The fourth tip I have for you is the theory of the seasons. Basically what this means is your life is going to move through seasons. As you enter into a new season, whether it's a new job or a new baby, a new marriage, you want to make sure you're focusing on your priorities. Redefine your priorities during the season and go all in on that priority. Go all in this season. You're going on vacation? Go all in on your vacation. You're going into a new job? Go all in on that job. It's a weekend with the family? Go all in with the family. Recognize the season that you're in and go all in. The fifth principle I want to talk to you about is defining your active and passive mental state. There's some activities that you can multitask through. I would consider these passive types of activities, or your brain is in a passive state. For example, maybe you're running or driving in the car. Your brain is in a passive state. This means you can spend time contacting and calling clients or family members, reestablishing communication, or maybe you're listening to a podcast like the Actidad Podcast. Other activities are active. They require your brain to be in an active, fully engaged mental state. This would be something like writing to people, reading a book, talking to your children. These are activities that you do not want to multitask during. You want to make sure that you're fully focused on what's in front of you. And after that's done, then you can move on to the next task. Just make sure that you're recognizing, am I in a passive psychological state right now? Or am I in an active psychological state? Identify and determine whether this is something that you can multitask with. The sixth time-saving technique is batching. The concept of batching is something that you're probably doing but don't even recognize it. Batching means taking a series of activities, of repetitive activities, and doing them once. So for example, maybe you're meal prepping at the beginning of the week and you're cooking out all your food throughout the week. This is going to save you a lot of time on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because all your food is ready. Another way of batching is emails. You get all your emails together and you say, okay, I'm not going to just read emails all throughout the day. I'm just going to read emails between 12 and 3 o'clock. You really want to think about batching activities that take a lot of setup time. So for example, if I'm recording a podcast or shooting a YouTube video, that takes a lot of setup time. So I want to make sure that I'm doing several different episodes all at once in order to maximize my setup time. The seventh time-saving technique is outsourcing or using automation. So stick with me here. If you've got the resources, you can use your extra money to outsource certain activities. For example, maybe you just don't have enough time to thoroughly clean the house. You can hire a house cleaner. Maybe you don't have time to fully edit or create content or fix your website. Well, what you can do is you can outsource someone out of the country to do it for you very reasonably. Just keep in mind, there's some types of activities that cannot be outsourced, like spending quality time with your kid. You cannot outsource that. The only person in this world that can give your kid the attention that he or she needs is you. Look for other things to outsource so that you can have more time with your kids in order to build a better life and be more fulfilled. Look, I hope you really enjoyed some of these techniques, and I hope that you can apply them to your everyday life. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and leave your time-saving comments in the comments. I would love to hear them. And please don't be afraid to reach out. I appreciate you very much. Have an awesome day. Peace.